Hey guys, welcome back. If you are here, that means that you just finished the introduction video where we did some oral Joel questions and I told you the secret word of the day. So excited that you're back with me. Let's roll right into it. Just a quick reminder, this is our question that's going to be guiding our focus throughout the day today. When does a verb not follow the rule of adding the ending ed? That's when it's going to be an irregular past tense verb. So in theory, the English language does have rules. Whenever we take a verb and we want to make it into the past tense or conjugate it into the past tense, we add ed at the ending. Those are the rules, but sometimes the verbs don't follow the rules. So for most verbs, we're going to add ed. So played, play turns into played with an ed. Visit turns into visited. Mix, mixed. Talk, talked. Finish, finished. You get the idea. Some words like cry or carry, we drop the Y and add an I. So cry turns into cried, C-R-I-E-D, or carry, C-A-R-R-I-E-D. It's still following that rule of adding ed to the end of the verb to turn it from the present tense into the past tense. Some verbs are irregular. Irregular is a word that just describes something that is not regular. The prefix ir means not. So we're talking about some verbs that are not regular, some verbs that do not follow the rule. For example, the word bring, the past tense is brought. Win, won. Go, went. Tell, told. These are all verbs that are not following the rule of adding ed to the end to make it a past tense verb. Some verbs actually stay the same. So the verb hit, I hit the ball, and yesterday I hit my brother. Those verbs, one is in the present tense, I hit the ball, and then some are in the past tense. Yesterday, I hit my brother. The verb stays the same for present and past tense. Quit is another example. Cost, hurt, cut, and put. Those are all examples of verbs that stay the same. This here is not an exhaustive list. That means like not every single verb is going to be on this anchor chart, but our job as English language speakers is to learn when a verb conjugates regularly, when we add ed, and when a verb does not conjugate regularly. So that's what we're going to talk about. I want you to listen to this sentence. I runned this weekend in the heat and I felt like I was going to faint. Does that make sense? Yes or no? No, this does not make sense, especially if Beyonce says it, it's not true. That doesn't make any sense. So we know that those words that we just saw, run and feel, in order to change this to past tense, we know that they are not regular. We cannot just add ed to the end and turn it into past tense. So there are some words like begin, forget, hide, sleep, take, run, feel. They do not follow the rule because they do not make sense when we add that ending ed. So we would not say I beginned or I forgotted or I hided, I sleeped, I taked, I runned, I feeled. Those words don't make sense when we add ed to the end. So I want us to think for a second in this example, I runned this weekend in the heat and I felt like I was going to faint. We should say, I ran this weekend in the heat and I felt like I was going to faint. So now let's take a look at another example. When I was camping, I slept in a sleeping bag. Does that make sense? Yes or no? You're right. Slept, I slept. That does not make sense. So we know that when we add ed to the end of this verb, it does not make sense. So it has to be an irregular verb. What we should say here, instead of when I was camping, I slept in a sleeping bag, we should say slept, because the irregular past tense verb for sleep is slept. So this should say, when I was camping, I slept in a sleeping bag. Look at another one. When I got in trouble, my mom hid my tablet so I could not play any games. Does that make sense? Yes or no? My mom hid my tablet. You said no, air high five. You're right. That does not make sense. Not at all. Can you shake your head that fast? Maybe. So let's take a look. When I got in trouble, my mom hid my tablet. What do you think the verb conjugation would be here? Instead of hided, what would we say? Well, you're right. The irregular past tense verb for hide is hid. So we should say, when I got in trouble, my mom hid my tablet so I could not play any games. Good. Again, this is our anchor chart. It's showing that some verbs are irregular, so we cannot add ed. Some verbs stay the same, so we do not add ed. Now what we're going to do is a little quick activity, and Mrs. Lardner is actually going to exit out of presentation mode so that we can move some of these guys. We're going to take the word and we're going to say, is it a present tense verb or is this the irregular past tense verb? So let's go ahead and get started. I see this first word, see. Is that present tense? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to drag it into this present tense verb spot. What is the past tense verb of see? So I could say, yesterday, I seed a bird. Does that make sense? Nope. I would say, yesterday, I saw a bird. So let's see if I can come up. Oh, there's saw. Perfect. Irregular past tense. Hold on 1 second. Landon, come here, babe. Come here, what do you need? You want something different? You want to say hi really quick?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, mommy will be there in 2 minutes, okay? Will you play with your Paw Patrol toys while I finish?
No.
Oh, no. No. Welcome. This is what it's like teaching as a toddler at home. Do your brothers and sisters bother you while you're trying to do your schoolwork too? If so, leave me a comment. Maybe you'll get an extra point. Let's look. Go. I know that that's present. Present tense. Yeah. So now I want to think, what's the past tense verb of go? I goed to the store. No, I went to the store. Where is went? Oh, there it is. Perfect. All right. What about break? Present tense? I break things. Yeah. That's present tense. Okay. Great. But would I say yesterday I braked my friend's iPod? Do you even know what an iPod is? Let's say iPad. Yesterday I braked my friend's iPad. Does that make sense? No, I would say broke. Yesterday I broke my friend's iPad. Let's do one more. What about spoke? That seems like it might be a past tense verb. Oh, speak. Oh, I want you to speak. You're right, that's present tense. But the past tense of that would be spoke, because we wouldn't say, I speaked at a conference. I would say, I spoke at a conference. Good. Maybe one more? What do you think? Should we do one more? Okay. I drink coffee every day. That's present tense. I'm doing it in the moment. Drank would be the past tense. I drank coffee yesterday. Or I drank coffee earlier this morning. I would never say I drank coffee. That doesn't make any sense. Ooh, good work, y'all. So now what you're going to go ahead and do, for the rest of these verbs, for some of them, Mrs. Lardner has put them into the Google form down below. So what you guys are actually going to go ahead and do is scroll down and using what we just talked about, the difference between irregular past tense verbs and regular past tense verbs, I want you to go ahead and look. I'm going to give you an example of a verb and I want you to tell me what the conjugation is. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. What is the correct conjugation of the word sleep? So would I say sleeped? Would I keep it the same and keep it as sleep? Would I say sleeps or would I say slept? You're going to answer questions like this for the model section. And then when you are done, I want you to go ahead and click next. And then that means I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye, guys.